give a shout out and a congratulations to our girls. Yes, our girls graduated this weekend from high school. We're so excited. Crystal and McKinney graduated, and she is on her way to Jackson State in Mississippi. Jackson State in Mississippi. She's gonna go to a HBCU. We're so very proud. And then Raylan Lewis graduated yesterday, and she's on her way to Oregon University. Yes. It was Arizona. She was going to. Okay, let me. Yeah, this is a great testament and testimony. So, as some of you may know, the process of transitioning from high school into college can be very stressful because not only are you trying to complete your coursework and your classes and make sure you have everything in place, you're preparing for something new. So I don't know if anybody is out there is like trying to wrap up the old thing and getting ready to walk in something new, but both require attention to detail. And you have to stay on top. You can't miss an assignment. Detail decisions, right? It requires you to pay attention to the detail. You can't get so caught up into what's in your future that you don't wrap up what's in your present. And so the girls had a balancing act all year long that we watched. We watched a balance between where I am right now today and trying to complete that in excellence to where I'm going in the future and preparing ahead of time so that the path can be made straight. And that can be very stressful. And you get a lot of no's in that season. That's another one. You get a lot of no's. When you're getting ready to transition from one thing to the next, you will encounter a lot of no's until you get to your yeses. And so they applied to many schools. And they got accepted into many schools. And so for Raylan, she got accepted into, she had her picks and she got accepted into, I don't know, a Texas, yeah, Arizona University, Arizona State, which also both gave her scholarship money. And she got accepted to Colorado State, she didn't really apply to in many Texas schools. I think it was Texas State was her Texas school and some other schools. And those are the schools she got yeses from. And so her number one top pick was Oregon University or University of Oregon. And it's interesting because both of the girls, when you ask them how they choose their school, this wasn't like a lifelong dream school for them. This was literally the season has come, the time has come. They knew they were going to college, and they just basically started doing their research. They started talking to God. God had dropped some things into their spirit, and they started dreaming about their future. They started looking at the pamphlets. They started pulling up information. They started looking at what campus life looked like, looking at other people's social media and all the things. All the things. They begin to write the vision and make it plain on tablets because they begin to go through the application process of actually applying for the schools. And we had to tell them, like, don't count yourself out before you even get in the fight. You have to be in it to win it. You have to step up to the plate. You have to get yourself prepared. And even if you get a no, at least you tried, right? And so when Raylan got accepted to her second picks, Arizona University, she was still excited and anticipating the deadline for Oregon. And the deadline came and went. And she didn't hear anything. And so she began to panic a little bit, like we do when we don't hear from the Lord. Just when she didn't hear, just a little bit, just like, this thing needs to happen like this now, Lord. We talked about this. We made the plan, write the vision, I wrote it, so it's supposed to happen exactly the way anyway. Write the vision and make it plain and release it to God so he can do the part that you don't know about and be flexible with that plan, right? And so she got a response from Oregon State, and it said that she was on the wait list. She was so upset. She called us and she was in tears and she was so hurt that she didn't get a yes, that she couldn't focus on the fact that she didn't get a no. And so we said, it's okay. God is doing a great work behind the scenes. And, delayed is not denied. right? Delayed is not denied. We're still going to continue to believe God for what you asked for. If this is what He has for you, if it lines up with His will, because there are things that we cannot see in the future where we're trying to get to that only God knows. And so sometimes no is for your safety. Sometimes wait is for your protection. Sometimes it make you wait to make you want it more. So that when you get it, you understand what the gift is and that you'll take care of it. And when you get there, you will see it all the way through to its completion. Sometimes things aren't going to be easy for you. They're going to be difficult because He wants you to look back over your life in the road and see when you get that thing that you've been hoping for, that thing that He has already promised to you, that you will take great care of it, that you will become a good steward over the gifts that He has given you, and that you would understand the moment she steps on that campus, she's already thinking about what she needs to do to get to the next semester. Now we're past moving in. We're already thinking about what to do to get to the next semester. And so on Thursday night when we were here at Bible study, studying the Bible, that's what we do on Thursday nights. We interact. Yeah, y'all missed it. You missed Thursday night. We interact, and you missed the blessing because on Thursday night we had snacks. You know, anything you wanted. It was in the house, right? We had snacks. You know, it was going down. Forgive us if you saw us chewing and drinking on camera. Hey, but the blessing was in the house. I'm sure you got blessed watching online, but the true blessing was in the house. The true blessing, it came faster because you were in the house. You were in the house and you got to experience some things. And so on Thursday, right, at the conclusion of our, what did we study on Thursday? What did we talk about? It be your own people. It be your own people. Okay. I know I'm taking up some of your time, but let me just share this. This is important. This is important. This is important. When Raylan decided to not be in Texas, some family had some issue. Some family had some issue with that, even to the point of bribery. True story. We'll give you a car if you stay here in Texas somewhere. Yeah, even to the point of bribery. But how bad do you want the blessing? How bad do you want the blessing? Do you want to stay here for the replica, or do you want the real blessing that you asked for? Do you want to be pacified by something that is probably in your future anyway? You're going to get that anyway at some point. And so she was like, oh no. And she was steadfast and unmovable in her decision to continue the journey. And it was the people that were closest to her telling her, I don't know, but God is a good guy, because once she got accepted into Arizona State and she was on the wait list, she was like, I have to keep moving like I'm going to be at Arizona University. So we went and got shirts, we did a whole photo shoot, she declared her school, we paid for housing already, and we are looking at deadlines and dates, but she told me a couple of days before Thursday, I was saying, hey, we need to know what day it is. We need to know what day it is. I have something planned and I don't want it to conflict, and we need to get tickets and all this. We need to get cars and rent, because we got two people. You're going this direction, I need to know the day. And she said, Mom, but I'm telling you, I'm going to Oregon. And I was like, fine. Because she was so upset. We were like, listen, if Oregon comes through, we don't have no problem backing you up. If that's what you want and you ask God, and if God said so, who are we to stand in the way? So even if she got there and did one semester and went on, that was cool. That's what we were thinking. Okay, you're gonna go there, do a semester, you'll hear from them, whatever. Come on. Oh God. She called Thursday and she was so excited. She was like, I got in. And I was screaming and crying and hollering, just because God is so good, and because what we told her about the goodness of God, it don't be us, it be God. Like, He steps in and He does it. All you have to do is decree and declare it and believe it. And we told her so much until she began to believe it for herself. So much so until she was telling me, no, we're not getting no flight because I'm going to Oregon. I don't know when I'm going to hear from. I don't know when it's going to come. And then I said, okay, let's talk about your first year of college. And she was like, yeah, and she's telling me about her first year I thought Arizona State, and everything was about Oregon. And I'm like, okay, all right, hey. And then God said yes because she believed it was a yes. And it may not have been in September when she goes. It may have been December. It may have been another year from now. But she accepted the yes. She believed that that's where she was going to be. And so she began to see herself there. And so, I kind of lied about it, but even when you have people that are closest to you telling you, I don't know, but when God says that you can't, you got to shut out the voices. You have to listen only to His voice and to those who confirm His voice. And to those who confirm His voice. And when that lines up to the will, and I don't know what your Bible says, when 2 or 4 get together and agree, and it lines up with His will, 2 or 3 or more. 4 is more than 2, right? Thank you. I'm a poet. I like to rhyme. But agree on His will, then things will begin to happen. So we're excited about Oregon. We're excited that the Ducks.
And the day before she got the word, where were we?
The day before she got the word, we were at the Japanese garden, which is where the book club, shameless plug, the book club meeting is going to be in the Japanese garden. And ducks were following us.